Good morning, students. Today is Tuesday, 21st July 2020. You are welcome in physics class 10 O level. We have already started its unit 20 magnetism. Yesterday we were studying about the magnetism. Then we also studied the magnetic property. Today we will again go through this, that what are the magnetic properties. Yesterday I told you that if a bar magnet mean small piece of rod or a rectangular shaped piece, but its length may be 6 inches, 1 feet or half feet, whatsoever. So that type of the magnet, when it is hanged freely in air with a string or a thread, it aligns itself in north and south direction of the earth. Actually, you may have studied that it is considered in ancient time that there is a big magnet in the center of earth, and that magnet is a big bar magnet. So if we see that poles like north and south pole, so earth have also north and south pole. When we allow a bar magnet to still free in air by the help of thread or string, it's automatically, naturally align itself in the direction of north or south. So the direction that of a magnet which rests toward the north of the earth, actually that is the south of the magnet. And the side of the magnet which align and direct toward the north of the earth, that is the south of the magnet, and the south of the earth, that north of the magnet. So we can say that magnet has two poles. This is its first property. The second is attraction and repulsion. The same pole, they repel each other. North and south to south, they repel each other. If we have the two magnets, both the north of both magnets, if we bring them close to each other, we will feel the force of repulsion between them. Even if you hold one and keep free the other one, you will feel the movement of that magnet which is free on the table or in air. So the repulsion can be seen if two same pole of magnet are brought together. Likewise, opposite pole, they attract each other, and in the same way we can see the movement of the magnet while they attract each other. If we put them on a table and if they are in opposite direction, kept in opposite direction, at once you will feel that both will move and will contact with each other. So the second property is the attraction and repulsion. Next point, how the magnet is identified. If we have any material, how we can identify that it is magnet or the magnet material or non-magnet material. So if we found a piece of matter, if we want to check it, that if it is a magnet or not, with the help of other magnet. If it attracts or repel to the magnet or magnet, you know that this is magnet and this piece is unidentified, you don't know about that, and you found it and you want to check that it's a piece of magnet or not, we can check it with another magnet by attracting and by repulsion. But it may be the magnetic material, it may not be the magnet. Then that piece to whom we want to identify that it is a magnet or not magnet, we can take it with contact to the magnetic material. Yesterday we studied that we have the magnetic material like steel, iron, cobalt and nickel. These are the four magnetic materials. So that piece to whom we want to identify that it is magnet or not magnet, we can bring it to the pieces of magnetic material that I told you, steel, iron, cobalt and nickel. If it attract them or repel them, it means that metal piece is a magnet. Moreover, if it is magnet, we can check the repulsion and attraction between the same pole and opposite pole. So it is very clear and that we can easily identify the piece of metal that we found that it is a magnet or not. Now the one thing more, magnetic induction. Induction is the word taken from induce. To induce the magnetic power, the magnetic properties from one magnet to magnetic material. Like steel. You many have times seen the paper clip pin or the common pins. They are made out of soft iron, but they are polished by the nickel. So if we have these small paper pin or common pin in a bowl, and we can check, bring a piece of magnet close to the bowl, and you will see that, you will observe that so many paper pin or clip, they will be stuck with the magnet. So the pin or the clips which are directly attracted by the magnet, now they are magnetized. Magnet power is being induced in them. How we can observe? These pins further will attract the other pin. A chain of the paper clip, a chain of the paper pin will be observed hanging with the magnet. So this proves that any magnetic material out of these four, steel, iron, cobalt and nickel, if we have small pieces like clip or pin, they can be easily magnetized with the magnet. Even they directly touch with the magnet or kept near the magnet, because magnet power that has some strength, the line of forces of the magnet when they passes through the magnetic material. These magnetic material are induced magnetic power or magnetic properties. So this is that how can we identify and how we can magnetize, or how we can induce magnetic power in magnetic materials. Also, one thing very important, the strength of the magnet. We can check by the same process with the number of paper pin or common pin. If there is a big number of the pins attached in the form of chain with the magnet, it means that magnet is powerful. If there are small number, after few seconds, some of the pin may be dropped back into the ball. This will prove that magnet is not powerful. So today we learn about the properties of the magnet, two properties, main two poles and repulsion and attraction. And then we studied about how magnet is identified and how a magnetic power is induced to the magnetic material. Thank you and God bless you, boys. Have a delightful day. Have a nice day. Again, thank you and God bless you. Hopefully tomorrow again we will able to see each other. God bless you.